All right, so welcome to Collab Canvas final submission. This Collab Canvas is a simplified design tool with inspirations from Figma and game engines. Has a little bit of similarity between those two, but mostly it's a design tool. So when you first get into the site, you have to sign in. I already have pre-filled information, testing information here. But if you don't have an account, you can sign in with Google, or you can create an account. So I'll just sign in here, and I've already created a drawing 11 minutes ago, and I'm signing in with a different user. This user has no projects. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a project. I'll name it demo for this demo, and you get into a canvas where you can place different shapes and you can just do a lot of design, do a lot of fun drawing. But let me invite the other user so we can start showing off the multi-user collaborations. I think it was 1234@gmail.com. All right, let me see, refresh. Okay, so I'll invite, or I'll accept and open this project. All right, so now we have multi-user. Okay, as you can see, Bob's cursor is synced on Alice's screen. Alice's cursor is synced on Bob's screen. And to get into design tools, we have simple primitives, squares, circles, triangles. We have a freeform line drawer that can draw lines, and all of these things will sync. There's a Bezier curve tool, which it's a little hard to click. You can modify curves, and the math is a little more complicated, but I'll just show off the feature a little bit, and you can kind of modify the different points to get different tangents and different curves. All of these shapes, oh yeah, including a text and an input field, they all have a position that you can kind of see it's moving in real time. There's a Z layer, which if I lower the Z layer, it's going to go behind this square, which has a Z layer of 1. So there's kind of a Z layer hierarchy. There's a rotation value. You can also rotate the object using this widget here, and it will reflect. It's probably more apparent when I don't rotate a square because it's harder to see. But yeah, there's rotation. All of these shapes can rotate. All of these shapes can also scale. You can also scale these. And these changes will instantly reflect on the other user's screen. You can also multi-drag objects by clicking with Control or Shift, sorry, to multi-select and drag. And yeah, that kind of covers the tools available. In terms of, there's this grid. The canvas has a grid. As you can see, like there are numbers around the grid. Toggle it on off, pretty simple. If you want it on or off, you can toggle that. Snapping feature. These shapes, if you toggle it on, you can have more precise movement, and they'll snap to the grids while you drag them around, rather than a free-form movement here. And I guess some other features, yeah, I guess that's about it for the features on the left side of the screen. Now, there is this AI assistant that I kind of want to get into. So there are a bunch of sample commands that I can kind of run. So there are basic commands. I think I'll demonstrate a basic command, which is you can create a circle at position 100, 200. send that into the AI. It's going to respond out with a circle at, this is roughly 200, 100, and that's where it's placed. There are different commands. Let me clear the field so it's easier to use. And also, I guess I can expand this. Yeah, you can add text, simple commands. You can kind of tell it what to do. There's also rotating. You can tell it to rotate the text, and it's going to do that. Let's spawn a circle and tell it to move the circle. Move the circle to the center. It's going to find the circle, move it to the center of your screen. Not 0, 0, but center of your screen. If you want it to be at 0, 0, you'd have to split. You'd have to say move this to the origin, or that's basically 0.00, and it's going to move it to the origin. And then kind of getting into more complex commands, you have a manipulation. Let's first create a grid of 3 by 3 squares, and let's arrange all the shapes in a horizontal row, for example. And it's going to think for a while, and it's going to take all the shapes. This text does not count as a shape, but it's going to take the other shapes, the circles, the triangles, the squares, and do that. And another feature that this Collab Canvas tool has is it's something called batching that allows massive amounts of object creation and deletion. So if I wanted to create 500 circles, it can do that very quickly because of a batching technique. And I'll kind of go over here, and I'll just delete everything. It's also going to reflect. Oh, there's some lag with this. Okay, wait. All right, so there was some lag with that, but let's ignore that. So it does create and delete really quickly. And then finally, I'll get into a more complex commands. This is for more actual UI development, which is UI login forms, navigation bars, and other things like cards. So when you press create a login form, it's a little small, but it can actually do that. And create a navigation bar with menu items. It does overlap here a little bit, but it actually creates that. And the last example I guess I'll pull up is make a card layout, card title, image. So it can also kind of do these type of things. Yeah, that's about it. I guess if you can try to play around with this a little more, maybe you can break the AI, but otherwise, yeah, thank you. That is Collab Canvas.